Ah, Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Omens. If this is your first time and you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. Yeah. So this is my journey from Accra to Kumasi on 23rd, 24th, and then 25th April 2026. So okay, first of all, this is not my first time doing this journey. I did the first one from Accra to Kumasi from Accra to Bolgatanga on the 30th of September 2025. And with that one, I left Accra, went to sleep in Techiman, and then continued the next day. And then the next one, the next journey I did that was from Bolgatanga to Accra. And then that one too, I left Bolgatanga on the 7th, went to sleep at Asan Fosu, not exactly Asan Fosu, but Asan Fosu area, within Asan Fosu area. And then I went to sleep there on the same 7. I left Bolgatanga around 5 a.m. and then I got to Asan Fosu around, that was 7 p.m. So I went to sleep there and then continued the next day to Accra. That is on the 8th January. And then this is the third journey from Accra to Bolgatanga. Yeah, I was done with what I went to do in Accra. It was 4 months. I went for 4 months course being. I was done and then I had to go back to Bolgatanga. So yeah. So I set off from Accra on 23rd April and then I went to sleep at Asinfosu. My idea was to continue the next day. That was on the 24th. But on the 24th, I had to send my grandpa to the hospital in Cape Coast. So when we got back, it was already late. So yeah, I had to sleep home and then continue the next day. But I realized that if I sleep home and decide to continue the next day, it will make the journey a bit longer for me. Whatever. So I decided to go and sleep in Kumasi and continue the next day. Yeah. So on the 24th, I left home, went to sleep in Kumasi, one guest house like that. Is it some Obiya guest house also? Yeah. So I went to sleep there, and then at 6 a.m. on 25th April, I set off from Kumasi. I was thinking, say, yeah, map no, it will just use the normal road I know from Kumasi to Techiman. That rough road be there. That was quite yet. But this time around, map no the make of far baby. That is Techimantia, Bechem Techimantia, Mankransu, or something like that. But one prominent town I know is Techimantia, or Honor de Fire. And then it over be see Akumadan. Akumadan is a town between Kumasi and then Techiman, very close to Techiman. But a quiet dasso, huh? That road in the Jai from the Kumasi to Akumadano, quite that. So even though some parts of Kumasi, starting from Kumasi, and some part of Kumasi and Shadan, yes, sir. So me map and me go in. I thought say quite a time when a map you did me a fast. But I realized it was the best route. Yeah, it was if you are traveling from the north to Kumasi or to Accra, I suggest you use that route because very 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 smooth like that's one kasa. Yeah, so this is the guest house I went to stay in. Yeah, in Kumasi, Obiya. This is the route I'm talking about. Say I na baby out here. Baby, I'll be do a speed ramps over honum a town pit. There is no way over better town. I'll be do outskirts baby. Now be say speed ramps over and Apple two back or cry that baby. Dear say I really enjoyed this journey. Yeah, and I was driving I was driving alone too. I was the only person in the car, so like I enjoyed this journey. I really enjoyed this journey. Yeah. And then I forgot to tell you, I was using Elantra 2011 model. Because say Elantra, what the call long journey, a problem and found could do. It's all lie. This is the third time this guy is doing this journey. The same car na Same car now. The first one was in September 2025 from Accra to Bolga. The only stop that one we were two in a home, but I drove alone. From Bolga to Accra to I drove alone. The second all the three journey I drove alone, and then the same car, this Elantra 2011 model. So only stop I obey ASAP to aduane. Somebody wants to urinate and a even this one the name in the only stop I may teach Kintampo rather Kintampo Mijina and Kotu aduane. And then when I want to stop and then refill or something like that, say many problem be na Mijina there was nothing like that. With all three journeys I didn't see any, I didn't encounter anything like many problem. Not even a flat tire. Not even flat tire. Yeah, so from Kumasi to Kintampo took me 3 hours, and then from Kintampo to Tamale also took me 3 hours, and then Tamale to Borga I did it in 3 hours too. So it was a 9 hours drive from Kumasi to Bolgatanga. Me to Kumasi at exactly 6 a.m. And I could do Bolgatanga around 2:50 something. Me could do board and shut up board 3 papa. Yeah, so when I got to Bolgatanga and I'm and I'm try welcome to Bolgatanga. Fuzari. Zari means welcome. Yeah. If you don't know Frafra, I'm teaching you Frafra. Zari means welcome. It was a very nice journey. If Saudi car took kind of problem, you really enjoy the journey. And with this car, Charlie, I don't know what to say. It's a nice feeling to drive a car that doesn't give you any problem. Yeah. I see my car in my trust and papa. Because this is the third time I this long distance drive from Accra to Kumasi, from Accra to Bolga to Accra. That route, and I had it 3 times. So, yeah. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Omens. If it is your first time on my channel, you can subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to subscribe, see you in the next video. Bye bye.